Classic movie fans, Rick 9G here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Three Stooges, more specifically about their 63rd short released by Columbia Pictures. I'll tell you all about it. It's called Matrophony, or you can also say Matrophony. I mean, you could argue both ways, but we'll just go with mentioning both of them. Now, the release date for this one is July 2nd, 1942. There's a big deal about this one. We're going to have to talk a lot about it. There's so much to discuss. If you don't know, I'm going through every single Stooge short, starting with number 1, and currently we're at 63. If you missed any of the previous ones, again, facts, bloopers, really interesting information, go ahead and check out the playlist in the description below. Let's get right to this one, and let's look at all the really cool and fun elements of this short. Now, in Matrophony, Diana's a redhead, and she's on a run from the Emperor Octopus Grabus. Now, this is back in the ancient Roman times because this emperor is actually seeking a red-headed bride. Now, she seeks refuge in the Stooges' shop, but when Curly disguises himself as Diana, the emperor becomes even more enamored with him than he was with her. It's a great little funny episode. Now, surprisingly, I only was able to see that when I bought the DVD collection. I don't know if they play this on reruns or in syndication much. Let me know in the comments below if they do. But there's a lot to talk about here, especially because this is the first short filmed in 1942. Now, it was shot over a period of 3 weeks between March 5th and March 25th, 1942. Now, that's surprising unto itself. That's about a 20-day shooting schedule. If you are familiar with all of these shorts and the shorts that I've recently been reviewing, this is really unique because usually it did not take that long to make it. They would make these shorts a lot quicker. More on that in a little bit, but it's the first Stooge film also to employ the accordion bass driving version of Three Blind Mice over the opening credits. Now this theme is quite faster and was used all the way to the end of 1944. And of course, if you look at the title, it is a pun on the word matrimony. Now, Matrophony had a difficult problem, and that is there was a 3-week shooting schedule, and that's unusual, as I mentioned, for Columbia short films. Most of them were completed in only 4 consecutive days. Now, they actually don't know how many days it really took. They just know it took between March 5th and the 25th. They don't know it's actually 20 days. Some people estimate 6 days within those 20-day span. Why is this? Well, there were a lot of material script changes, there were a lot of reshoots, and even deleted footage for this actual short. Now, most of the blame was aimed at the director of this film, Harry Edwards. He had developed a reputation at Columbia as the studio's worst director. Apparently, his poor editing skills are seen throughout. You could see bad staging, awkward jump cuts, and several shots that are even unfocused that were left in the final product. Now, in the closing scene, for example, when the Stooges are hanging upside down from the guards' spears, now this is quite a blooper here, but he directs the guards to walk straight into a wall. Why he did that, we don't know. And if you listen, I'll let you hear it. It's kind of hard, but I'll try to amplify the sound so you can hear. But you could hear the director actually saying something to Larry while they're filming this. You could be heard him saying really loudly, "Larry, grab the," and then some people don't know what he says, but I heard closely and he seems to say, "Larry, grab the hold on. Larry, grab the hold on. Larry, grab the hold on. Larry, grab the belt," or something in that regard, because Larry was the only one who wasn't grabbing the belt of the actor in front of him, whereas Moe and Curly were. Now, after receiving this direction, you could see that Larry quickly grabs the belt. This type of audio that was not supposed to be in the short is usually muted and taken away during post-production, but that wasn't done. After this effort, the Three Stooges, they requested never to work with him again. They did one more Three Little Twerps, and they had it after that. They didn't want to mess with him anymore because it was apparently such a bad experience for them. Now, you could also see, sadly, Curly Howard began to exhibit some small but subtle hints of his slow physical decline. Some people would note that you can see this in the scene where he tries to steal and eat this live crab with those, snapping claws. It's a variation of the oyster in the soup gag from the previous year's Dutiful But Dumb, which I did cover, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. Now, it's still funny, this scene with the crab, but the timing is just a little bit off, and the two scenes, if you compare them, they're quite different from one another in terms of the sharpness of Curly and his delivery. Now, I ask all of you to keep this in mind because as more Stooge shorts come along from the Curly era, I will point a lot of scenes where he's just not the same and very different, and it's going to lead to the time where he essentially finishes with Columbia, and then we have Shemp. So this is the time where we start to see hints of his subtle decline. So pay attention to the other shorts where I'll start to cover this in more detail. Now, it's interesting to note that Curly was the one who played the woman here, or he took the place of Diana as trying to be the non-wife of this emperor. I mean, no one wanted to be the wife of this emperor, so he was the one who's trying to run away from this emperor. Well, the original script actually had Laricus, or Larry, and he was supposed to be the girl for it, but in the last minute they changed it to Curly and they thought it was a better fit. Not only that, but you can check out Larry's left hand, the marriage finger that is, the ring finger. He'll be seen wearing his wedding ring for the rest of the Columbia shorts, starting with this one. It's really interesting to note that. And also something that's very important, when Curly is dressed as a woman to meet the emperor, Mo tells Curly to go ahead and get sexy. Now you may think, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, remember the year. This is 1942. In fact, this is the first time in history that the word sexy is being used in any cinema, that is in any movie at any point in history. Yep, that's right. The first time sexy was used, it was uttered by Mo Howard in this Stooge short. That is so cool, and I'll let you hear it for yourself.
Go on, get sexy.
Now check out this little blooper here. It involves technology that was not used at the time during Roman times. Of course, Larry with his cigarette lighter. And you can also see later on the emperor with glasses. Both of those were unknown during these ancient times. Now, as the guards are chasing the three Stooges, that is Laricus, Mohicus, and Curlicue, they pull the rug and they run away. Now watch as one of the guards knocks over a chair. That was not scripted. That was just an accident that happened on set. Well, that's it for this video, everyone. Thank you so much for the support. Again, I want to continue doing these Columbia Stooge shorts. If you haven't seen the other previous ones, as I mentioned, go ahead and check them out. Start with 1 and go all the way to 63 where we are now, so you can see the progression. You can learn about pretty much every single Stooge short, and I'm going to go all the way to 190, so stay tuned. Those will include Shemp ones. They'll include Curly Joe, and I may even continue to Joe Dorita if you really like it. But my goal is to finish the 190 Stooge shorts. So check them out. Links are in the description. Thanks so much for enjoying and for supporting, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to everyone who supports my work on Patreon. David D, Sally N, Gerard D, Greg S, Ricky, Citizen Kane 359, Kevin K, and Vito L. If you want to appear on this list, don't forget to look at the Patreon description in the link below. Thank you.